Hi there, it's Debbie
Hi.
and I Tracy with me, and we're with Awaken to the Truth, and we're going to start a little combo podcast, and whatever Tracy wants, I'm going to to follow. So yeah, go
So I
ahead.
was thinking in our recent conversations, I know that you've had some encounters, some meetings, some things that whether it's good, bad, or indifferent. So I figured I would let you speak about
Oh,
some of them.
okay. So some things maybe with visions or clients.
Yes.
All right, good. Let's start with the one that's really heavy on my mind. Sorry, my hair. But is we all know we probably heard Teresa Caputo, Long Island medium. And people say, "Oh my God, you're just like her," but not really because I don't go and find people and like give them messages unless I'm told 10 times, 5 times, maybe three, to go and make sure they know, hear my message because I feel like people will come to me if it's needed, that they're needed. I just don't do that. So I don't consider myself, very much like her, but I do get compared to her. And I was asked to go to a client's home, and I usually don't because I like people to come to me or the phone, but she was uh, house ridden from PTSD, and she's had some trauma in her life, and she's pretty young. She's in her early 30s, I guess. And I So I agreed to go because she hadn't been out of her house in like 9 months, and she really needed. I was hoping to help her to get her out of her house, and so she had her aunt there with her, and they started. They were recording, and she told me that in the process of talking and so on, that her she got to go see Teresa Caputo in a venue, and that Teresa picked her out of this crowd, pointed to her, and told her, "Your brother's here." And he's showing me a syringe. And in the process, I already knew that her brother passed away. And he was with us talking before she talked about the Teresa Caputo thing. And I sat there and I stepped in to ask him, "What do you want to show me? What message, like what am I doing with you?" And And he showed me like a bike, a little like a pedal bike, BMX, whatever, not motorized bike. He showed me the bike, and then he showed me the bike not on a kickstand, but laying down like in grass.
Like you've rode it, you're done riding it, you hop off and you just leave it
Exactly.
there.
I didn't see him ride it, but I saw it. I could tell. I saw the bike, and then I saw it laying on grass. And then he showed me that he was he hung himself. He put himself in a tree. He showed me. I I saw, thank goodness, only maybe neck down, like down, and not there was no gruesome. It was, thank God, no blood, no whatever. And I saw him lifeless in a tree. And he said, then I said to her, what he told me was, nobody made me do this. There was no gun to my head. No one threatened me to do anything. He goes, and then he showed me, he goes, "Look around. I'm alone. Nobody is here, forcing me to commit suicide." And so I shared that with her. But in the process, it was so, I felt like I had to be truthful to what I saw. And I had to stand in my backbone, like, because I said to her right at the beginning, "I don't see a syringe." And I'm fighting with myself, going, "Okay, Teresa Caputo saw a syringe, but that's not what I see at all." And it was be truthful you know your visions are real and true, and you have to be truthful for what you see. And it was a, I don't know, like an inner step into truth, step in. You know you're right, and you can't make these things up. And especially because the process, she kept saying, um, "I want more, I want more, I want more." The whole time, she kept telling me she wants more, she wants more, she wants more.
But if they're not giving you more, you
Well, they
can't
all didn't
deliver
give me a
more.
lot. I think her process was she wanted more because she wanted her brother to talk through me. And I said, at this time, he's showing me a movie, a vision. He talked through me and told me
I
nobody
can't
put
hear
a gun
you.
to his head.
I can't hear
No,
you.
no, I said, can you hear me? Can you hear me now? What happened? I can hear you. Uh-uh. I didn't change anything.
Okay, there it is.
Weird. Okay. Little hiccup, I guess. Um, but her brother did not show me, like he didn't, he talked through me, but he talked little, like, okay, there was nobody, I wasn't forced to do this. I chose to do it on my own. There wasn't people cheering me on, like that. There was not, he was telling me, I thought that was very talkative. And she's
Now,
just
did she think somebody had told him or helped him or guided him to do it or pushed him?
now, granted, I would say that it's been 10 years, 12 years since this happened.
Okay.
So she looked at me and and said, of course I want more, I want more. But then she said, that's exactly what happened. So the police, everybody confirmed what he showed me, that it was suicide. He wasn't coerced, and that he was in the tree, actually the tree of his girlfriend's last ex-girlfriend, and they were young. He was 20, she was still in high school, so they were young, and she had to break up with him because the parents didn't approve of the relationship, and that's when he, did this. And so as she looks at him, I'm thinking, I'm going to get like a wow, like she was so wowed and so impressed with Theresa Caputo, like Theresa was walked on water, and then I didn't even get a wow. I got no wow. She was like, that's exactly what happened. I'm like, all right. I'm like, I'm inside going, woohoo, pat yourself on the back because you started to trust yourself and you knew you didn't see a syringe and you know that Teresa Caputo saw a syringe and he's not showing you anything about that.
So
So
wait a minute. The cops even confirmed to her that he like hung himself.
everything I said perfectly, everything.
So do you think she was like still believing Teresa then?
Well, at the end, yes, because she still was bragging about her.
Oh,
And to me, she was
even though
like,
you came with the truth.
I did. And I was like, and she was also like, I want more, I want more. And I'm like,
What more
I,
can I give you?
right. And I am a conduit and I am always have my third eye on and I have to interpret and put into words. And sometimes they talk through me, but I love my gifts. I can't, like, I don't want to change them. I don't want, to be always channeling someone and talking through them. Because I know my third eye is truth. So
So people have spoke through you
yes,
from the other side. Okay.
yes. And I tell people you'll know when that happens when my pronouns start changing to I, me, first tense. It's them because I am talking in third party. If I'm saying, okay, he did this, he did, like, but if they choose to just talk right through me, then, and some people will even say, oh my God, you morphed into him. I'm like, ooh, okay. Yeah, like they saw it. They would see it
Yeah.
in front of me, and I'm like, okay. I didn't. I don't feel that. I just allow the messages to come through and trust, so I don't stop it. But
Now, is this what her PTSD is from? Losing her brother?
and her grandma.
Okay.
The brother was 10 plus years, but the grandma was like a surrogate mother for her. And then her grandma was within a year. And her grandma was very vivid. I had literally, it showed grandma came through first. And then there was like a stage. Guys, I don't remember this stuff. I ask and it shows me again. I can't remember. But there was this like a stage, and then the curtain started to move to the side, and Grandma was right there, and she was going back and forth with her, and they were, it, you know, hopefully she was trying to get healed, and then the curtain opened a little more, her brother, and then it was like 12 other family members. It was crazy,
Wow.
crazy, crazy, and in this 12 family like her brother and her grandma came through with names. Most of her family did, but there was like one uncle. He was one of the last ones in the row, and he just came with maybe like I don't know. I was describing him, or whatever, and I want his name. Okay, I don't. I have like 11 other names through my head. You know what I mean? And then I'm like, he's not showing me. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna make this up. But then finally at the end, he gave an initial, but it was like, again, she wanted more. She wanted more. She wanted his name, even though she got the other 11 names. I don't even know who this person was. She was a new client. She, I don't ask last names. I don't know if I don't, I doubt even if her brothers suicide even made the news. They usually don't print any
Yeah.
stories about that. They keep it out of the news, but I wouldn't go check. And all these relatives, and they all came through, and it was like, this is like a large group and a lot, and me making sure I know who's talking. I'm like, who's this? Who's that? What's the name? And then especially when they said their name, but then I go to someone else and I'm like, going, shoot, what's the other person's name again? Like so many names. And
Yeah.
but I thought I was wowed. I was really wowed, and I was like, "Dang, that's a lot." And at the very end, she was still like, "Well, I
That's
wanted to
it.
just have bold-faced conversations with them," and but what she really fessed up truly was, I wanted to be healed from this. I wanted to release my PTSD. I wanted to be able to get out of the house. I wanted to get life. She goes, I felt like if I walked out of my house, I would hurt somebody. She started counseling and she's going to start doing, and it came through. I don't know if grandma told her or whatever, EMDR. And she has a counselor that she's maybe talked to twice, virtual. And the counselor just brought up that she needs to do EMDR. The last time. So she's going to definitely do EMDR, and hopefully this allows her to heal and get back into life. And she actually is on disability for this too.
Well, I hope she can get the help she needs.
I absolutely agree.
Now, is that the first time you've heard of EMDR or
No, but it's come up, I would say maybe 6 months or a year ago, it came up for somebody. I know emotional release therapy, but I didn't know this acronym, and it came up and it told one of my clients to look at it, and I'm like, I don't know what it is, but I'm just channeling, and then now it's been brought to my attention at least 3 times in the past couple months.
I was gonna say,
Having clients go look, go through a process, and literally it's something to do with EMDR is about eyes and dysfunction, I know, therapy, whatever, it, but I didn't know if it was eyes, but I just looked it up today. But um, I think that it is successful for releasing PTSD.
Hmm.
But you also have to kind of be willing to do it, willing to allow the PTSD to, you want to heal.
To release it, process it, release it.
Hmm. I agree. And we'll see.
Interesting.
I ask people, please get back to me when you go through this because I want to know, what you felt, if it helped. I even asked her, and that was what, 2, 3 weeks ago that I was there. She
Yeah.
she has not got back, which in turn, I'm not sure she'll get back to me. Um, I, you know, but I'm hoping
I want
that,
to say recently an actress even was talking about it. I saw it on Instagram. That's why I asked you, because I do feel like it's come up a few times recently, but I don't
okay.
remember who it was now.
It's kind of like one of those it where like, okay, this is I think you have to be a licensed therapist to do it, but I have not researched that or even what you go through, how you do it.
Yeah.
But it always has been the message has been with people that are really dealing with PTSD, a lot of trauma in their life and just can't let it go. And they live it over and over and over in their head. And I just blessed that I don't think you have either, but like have to deal with that. Is it real? Absolutely. But
Yeah.
I also know that we're here for lessons and growth, and I'm not stuck in an event. I want to learn and grow from it. So, and I also know they have great humor on the other side. So, yeah, you had to go watch somebody get blown up because you're in war. That's disgusting. I hate fighting, but like, okay, that person's probably coming to visit you and, you wanted to go through this and, because you have to learn how to let it go and grow. Oh.
So what's your next most recent
Client
client? Something you've
vision.
seen through meditation and experience and encounter?
Okay. Yeah, I could, I don't know what we're doing. Um, I had, I kind of stutter white because I think, do I say their name or not say their name? So I'm not going to say, but a female client. Not like anybody will know. I only ever use first names, if anything. But and she was a phone reading, never met her, and she uh, um, was wanting to talk to some of her past friends, and she's like, "I lost too many people, and I don't like this." And so one of them, his name was Craig, and people came and Craig wasn't very like the other 4 or 5 people were right there. Craig, I kind of she was like, and where's Craig? Let me look. Oh, like, okay, Craig, is that you, Craig? And then I pull his
I just
energy to,
pull you out.
and I try to pull his energy towards me, like, okay. And then I start like when I'm pulling him to come into like a circle, like I could see him and I start describing him, and she's like, yep, that's Craig. And so I said, well, okay, he's here. And I said, but I feel like I'm in like a kitchen commissary. Like I said, because now he turns sideways. I see his profile. And then right behind him, I see like a microwave. But I feel like I'm in a kitchen, whatever. And I see cabinets, like, it's not really nice, whatever it is. Like it's typical work kitchen or something. And she said, we didn't work together. I'm a male person. And we didn't work together. I don't know what you're talking about. And I'm like, and I'm staring at his profile and I can see the daggone microwave like right behind him. And I'm like, I'm sorry. I can't I'm seeing this microwave and I don't understand why I'm in this place with him. And then she says, this is like trusting the visions and the journey. She says, well, Craig and I used to travel together. We were only friends and we would travel together. And we love traveling, and I miss him so much. So as she's talking, I'm pulling back and getting a wider vision of where I'm at. Because I'm like, she's not, this is not making sense to her, and I got to figure out why. And as I'm pulling back, I see where I'm at. And it like hit me like, oh my God. I said, I'm at a continental breakfast at a hotel.
At the Holiday Inn.
Whatever hotel, it didn't show because I saw the cabinets. I saw like dried cereal. I saw the waffle maker that you flip. Oh, that was the dead giveaway. Like the waffle maker, because I know with kids and stuff, we always make sure that if we, try to find something with a continental breakfast because it was a great way to start your day. And she laughed so hard and said, "Oh my God, we would only stay at places with continental breakfasts." And I'm like,
That's awesome.
it is awesome, but I laughed and I'm like, but it it's part of me having to trust this journey. Like, and I know that because she kept saying, no, no, that microwave means no sense. A commissary, like a you know, it makes no sense. I don't understand, and I'm like, I can't make this up. This, and I know for sure it was a microwave, and it's just trusting the journey, trusting their messages, and they were able to connect. And I'm,
Was she happy?
oh shoot, I hope I recorded.
You did. It
You
says
sure?
recording.
Okay, thank you. I don't see any minutes. Okay, left. All right, good. Okay, yeah. All right. So yeah, she was because she got to make sure he was in a good place, and like she missed him, and so they got to connect, and that's what she needed. And then he made her laugh because that's kind of silly, like he, continental breakfast place, again,
Yeah.
I didn't see the hotel name at all. I was just in and it's typically, I don't know, a lot of them have just one wall of all the stuff. And I was only looking at that wall. I didn't look at what the name of the hotel or anything like that, but they traveled a lot. So probably wasn't the exact same hotel every time, but it was fun. It was fun. I was happy. And I think honestly, I'm asking right now if you could see my head, but I really think she never really met with someone like me. So it was her first time.
Oh,
And her friend told me I love the referrals. And she actually lives in, let me think, Colorado or Utah, so and her friend said, you should try this and you need to do this. So it was cool.
well, I'm glad she was happy.
Yeah, she was. She's like, I know how to, what did she say? Like, because she did it on the website. She's like, I know how to get you now. And, go to your website and schedule. And yeah, I said, yeah, I try to keep it up to date. And if I get my old clients that don't use my booking on my website, they'll text or whatever. I try immediately to block off time on my website so it's current. And sometimes I'll get text going, are you really free in the next half hour increment? I said, yep, I'm free. I try to keep it up to date. And especially because I probably do, someone just asked me, I said probably 95, 98% is by phone.
Oh, I didn't realize.
Yeah. And it's me makes no difference to me because it's stepping into energy. So I don't need to be right in front of someone's face. I don't need objects, um, to get messages. I just do an intentional stepping into energy. So there'll
Do you
be,
have one more you want to talk about?
hmm. You asked me
I
questions.
think we have time.
I know I was look. That's what I was looking for, the timer. Another one recently.
Or even something visions that you've seen.
Hmm. Working with Taylor Swift a lot. Don't ask me
I
why.
actually was going to bring that up, but I didn't know if you wanted to go there.
It's in the other realm, and I usually travel at night, but I don't understand why so much. Why tell? But I really think that she, and I even got to be with Travis a little bit, and of course, Ohio, Travis, right? But I really feel like they're good people. And the things I got to see, like they're true and they're not fake, and they want to, you know, help people and change the world. And it's been very uplifting. And the last one was I was asked to help organize an event. Probably, my parents had a business and catering and so on. I'm good at organizing things, and she asked me to do help organize something, but something did get done. And I was so upset because I'm so organized. I have to have OCD and have my stuff done. And that was one of the things. And I'm like, that didn't get done. But it wasn't like I took responsibility because whoever didn't do it was my responsibility to make sure whatever event was that. I don't even remember what it was, but I was laughing, going, "Oh, I'm helping her schedule or plan events, and I better not drop the ball, like that." And then I come back and I'm like, "Wow, it must be so subconsciously with their wedding. I don't know, but
Very
yeah,
true.
I work with them way too much. It's you can't control it. And I wake up and hopefully remember. Like last night, I just was showing you. I was with Leo Messi. I'm like, whoa, okay. I, I, he's an absolutely amazing soccer player, football player, what do you want to say? But I think this is maybe the second or third time I was with him. But he was we were taking care of his mastiff dog, and and I was in my previous house, and it was like we were dog sitting per se, like that. And he was again so kind and so nice, and I knew that my niece wanted to take it in this vision was going to take his dog for a walk, and I knew the dog meant so much to him, and I'm like, be careful, because he's a huge mastiff dog, and we have to make sure we take care of him, and then Leo was there, like, and maybe ready to, I don't know, maybe he's picking him up. I don't know, but he was really cool, kind, and was impressed that my niece was walking like his dog. And again, maybe it was just because he's kind and a real person, and um and I'm like, that was strange. And he spoke much better English than he spoke broken English with of course, accent. But I think that in real life, he's just learning English
Oh, okay.
because he's from Argentina or something like that. So
Hmm.
it's not their first, but even he tries, but he was definitely better, got the clock counting down. But he was way better, um, in my vision with his English. So he must be consciously working on it because, being playing out of Miami, Florida now, probably had to make sure that
I love hearing your visions and what you see.
I just remembering them. I'm always working. I'm always doing. I just remember when I
I
wake
know
up.
I'm trying to think of like one that you had before with like Taylor Swift. I felt like it was more like pronounced. I know that you had the one with the party, but
Oh, many. That's the problem.
wasn't there like one like with one of her songs or something like
There's
uh
so many with
I
her.
know.
It's like, why is she in my visions? Like that. But because I don't intentionally try to be there.
Yeah.
Hmm, I can't be. I don't know. I don't. Like I said, too many. I've worked with Beyonce and like the big. it's crazy. It's like, oh wow, like I worked with that person and even Trump I worked with Biden, Obama. Like it's places people that
Now, do you think it pertains to like what is like going on in the world, or is it just random too? I mean, soccer is starting to get bigger here.
yeah, and they're gonna have
Your
to announce
family,
him.
you have family members that play. I do. Um, but Taylor Swift, I mean, like she was pretty big last year with her tour and
I think
stuff.
this year too, like with her new album and stuff too. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Is it current events? Hmm, yes and
sometimes.
no, but sometimes it's, I don't know, JFK. Like,
Oh,
who else?
that's not current.
I've worked with Princess Diana a lot. So, and when I worked with her, she's passed. So, LeBron James. Oh my gosh. I worked with him a lot, especially when he made his change from Cleveland, which, yes, where we're around,
Yeah.
and then he went to Miami. And I was really upset with him. And boy, did I tell him off how he was not professional and, like, and that was rude, and then I tell my friends, I'm like, okay, I wonder if he would recognize my face because of how much we kind of worked together in the other realm. If he would say, oh, you're the one, like, you're the one who was on my case and told me I didn't do things the right way. And that was true. And, but I couldn't control what I was doing on the other side, but I also conveyed what I felt in this life, this timeline too. So, so I don't know if he would recognize me. I don't know. I don't, like, um, but, and maybe I'm not the same person that but I know I'm connecting with them.
That would be interesting. That would be interesting because you do work with Taylor a lot. You've told me a lot. I would love to know if you two were to walk past one another, would she recognize you? That would be interesting.
Hmm. Exactly. Yeah, who knows? But I know I don't look like this in the other realm too. So I've seen it's more of a angelic um, energy and with wings and gold and sparkly and so
Hmm,
um,
that's interesting.
so maybe I'm just working with their subconscious. I have no idea. I can't make this stuff up, and I always I don't rest when I sleep. I'm traveling. I'm doing with and sometimes it's um last night one of the things was something that I did with combination of work, but I woke up going, no, I made much better decisions this lifetime with the work,
Oh,
um, what I picked. I didn't like it was somewhat different, but somewhat the same of what, it's just different things happen. I'm like, oh, this lifetime's better with that. And I just kind of announce it in my head out loud, like, okay, better decisions this lifetime. I like the decisions. So I can't, it's something I can't control. So
and work would be a good one to make better decisions about since we are always working.
true. Yeah. Sometimes they're just out of our control. I don't know.
Yes, very true. Well,
Mhm.
that's all I have today.
Good. Okay. We hit
Thank
our,
you for sharing
thank you
your
for asking.
stories.
And anything for you to share, anything you want to share?
Mm, not right now, no.
Okay.
Maybe soon. maybe.
Well, I just don't want to stifle you ever, so go ahead.
No. Mm-mm.
Okay, very good. Okay, and we will see you guys next time. Please follow, like, share, and um, come back and listen more.
Yes. Thank you.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.